Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new edition of Disney the Noble Way. Thank you for joining. I've gotten a couple subscribers on YouTube. Big thank you. It's always nice to have that. Comment, please, and definitely share your experiences. I love to hear from fans of the blog and fans of Disney, because that is exactly who I am. Okay, so let's talk about some of the updates that have come out. Disney recently announced this past week their plans for the Diamond Celebration for the 60th anniversary of Disneyland. Super excited, like I've always said. Super excited. It's my favorite thing to say. But I am. It's a really cool thing. I was there for the 50th, and it was such a special time at Disneyland, and it's really neat to get to the 60th and see what they have planned there. So we've talked about some of the refurbishments that they've done, planned upgrades to the rides. I don't want to dabble into that because we already talked about it. But let's talk about what's been announced. Now, the only thing I do want to say is, unfortunately, I don't have any images to show. I'm not big on copying and pasted copyright images into my blog. So what I do suggest is, please go to mouseinfo.com, or you can go to the Disney Parks blog, which is Disney's official blog for all things Disney, including Disneyland. Also found on the Disney Parks blog, and which was announced by the Walt Disney Company, is, of course, when all this is going to kick off. When does everything start that we are going to be talking about today? May 22nd. May 22nd is the day that the 60th will kick off officially at Disneyland. Of course, they'll be trickling stuff into the park, prior to that, but everything will be kicking off on that date. So let's talk about what's been announced. They've been talking about new food and things like that. It's ironically the 60th anniversary of popcorn at the park. I am not a fan of the popcorn. It's probably that and the pizza at the, is it Pizza Port, I guess? I always want to call it Pizza Planet, which would have made more sense, in Tomorrowland, the Pizza Port, Pizza Planet. Anyway, I'm not a fan of the pizza, but I'm definitely not a fan of the popcorn. It's crazy because it smells so good. Whenever you walk by those popcorn carts, it's just like, oh my gosh, it smells so good. And it's probably one of those stupid little vents in the wall that's just pushing out popcorn smell, and it's like, ah. But then if you tried it, it's like, I don't know. That's just me. Some people really like the popcorn. I've just never been a fan. For those of you who are a fan, they have a brand new popcorn tin that's going to be coming out. It looks like one of those classic Disney head with the ear balloons. It's going to be there for a limited time. They're going to have special snacks and treats and 60th anniversary food. I don't even know what that's going to look like. Maybe they'll sprinkle diamonds in your mac and cheese. I don't know. The merchandise that's coming out, they've announced some of the artwork that they're going to be having for the Diamond Edition. I think it's really cool. They have one thing that I'm pretty sure is going to go on a t-shirt or a sweater, and it's like sectioned off. It's like the castle and then the characters, but like it's in black and white. Then it goes into like the sepia, and then it goes into colors from like the 80s and stuff, and then it's like modern. Kind of shows the era's 60 years worth of animation, and it's really cool. I don't know, you have to check it out again. I wish I could post it in here, but I don't own those rights. The one thing I will say about merchandise, because it's kind of hard to just ramble off about things that I can't show, at least yet. When I take pictures of it, then I own it. But one thing that I will say about the merchandise, from my experiences with the 50, if you've never gone for one of the big decade, experiences at the park, if there is something that you really want, like the mouse ears or a sweater, or something that's exclusive for that 60th or for that event, make sure and buy it, because it's probably not going to be there when you go back. When I was there for the 50th, we went and I was able to get the mouse ears. They were gold mouse ears. They were really cool. They were gone after a few months. We went in like July or August, and then they were gone by fall. I really, really encourage you, if you're going there to the park and you see something, you're like, oh yeah, I like that, I'll get it next time. It ain't gonna be there next time, or just don't count on it. If it's there, yay. Don't err on that side. Just get it. The one thing I will say about Disney merchandise is it is quality. The shirts and the sweaters, like just the hoodies, oh my god, they feel inside the hoodies and they feel just amazing. Moving on. They have a few big things coming. I'll start with a little bit lower on the spectrum. World of Color. They're doing a brand new World of Color presentation for the 60th. It's going to follow Mickey Mouse, and he's going to take you on a journey through Disney animation and the Walt Disney's World of Color. It's going to be really awesome. The Frozen stuff still going on through May. They set an end date in May. The one thing I know about Disney is they tend to not kill things that make them money. And as long as there's an attraction with lines waiting, they tend not to get rid of it. So if you've got kids and they're Frozen fanatics, like most kids are right now, and you can't make it by May, there's a good chance it may be there past that. Try and get there if you can, but if you can't, I'm pretty sure you're going to see more of it throughout the summer because it just makes sense. It's still making money for Disney. It's still very popular, and I just don't see it being around for a few months and then going away. I just don't. That's what's kind of going on in California Adventure. They are redoing all of Condor Flats, I found out. See, when I thought they were doing like Soaring and redoing that attraction, I didn't think it was going to be redone outside and in. And that whole area has been boarded off, and you can't even access it because they're ripping everything up and remodeling. But I'm sure they'll do something great with it. Now, the one thing I will say, if this is the plan, I've heard this is a rumor, they're going to make it more about planes, like the Pixar movie. I think it makes sense, because they've always tried with California Adventure to make it more Disney themed and less, random stuff. When the park first opened, like the Beach Boys and stuff like that, it was all hodgepodge and not a whole lot of Disney. Now they're really trying to push the Disney movies. It would make sense, but I'm not a fan of planes, so I guess, I don't know. But we'll see what they do with it. It'll be open by May. So let's talk about what's happening at Disneyland Park. So starting May 22nd, they've got some new things coming to Disneyland. On top of the merchandise and everything else that I mentioned that might trickle out early, they are going to be redoing the castle, and they're going to be, doing it in diamonds and things like that. It's going to be beautiful. They have a brand new street parade, which is going to be at night. They haven't said anything if it's going to be during the day as well, but it wouldn't make sense because it's a nighttime show. What I would like to see them say, and what I think it's going to be, is a reimagining of the Main Street Electrical Parade, which I was a huge fan of. For those of you who remember in the 80s and 90s, the Main Street Parade, it was really, really cool. And they have done kind of the same thing here with over 1.5 million LED lights. It's going to be really, really cool. Outside of that, I don't know what else is going on with it, but it's going to be neat. They have a brand new fireworks called Disneyland Forever. Disneyland Forever is going to be a very unique experience, something that they've really never done, and they're incorporating a lot of different technologies that have worked in the other parks. Basically going to be starting at the front of Main Street all the way to the castle. All the buildings are going to be illuminated with digital projections showing animation on them and stuff. There's going to be things going off of the roof. There's going to be things on the castle. There's going to be fireworks all around. If you're interested in seeing what that looks like, again, I'm going to post a video down here below the vlog. You can check that out and see what it is. That's an official video that Disney posted when they did a sneak peek for press and for guests that night. So you can actually get an idea of what I'm talking about. So be sure and check that out. So they've got brand new fireworks, brand new parade, special decorations all throughout the park. It's going to be beautiful. And of course, brand new merchandise. And then they do have some things going on at California Adventure to keep things booming. So it's going to be a fantastic, amazing time. Really looking forward to it. As I go to the park in the next few months, I'm going to be taking footage and taking pictures, so I have more to share. I'd like this vlog to be a lot more interactive and a lot more, have a lot more visual aids, because otherwise it's just me sitting here talking, which I don't mind doing, and hopefully you don't mind hearing me, but I would like to have a little bit more to share. That's the plan in the next few months, and then of course we've got some vlogs coming up to kind of fill the gap between now and May 22nd. Top 10 things to do, top 10 things to eat, and again, I need a little bit more visual representation going on here. It's one thing for me to describe the fried chicken at Plaza Inn. It's another thing for you to see it, and then you can go and eat it, because it's amazing. It is. Anywho, so that's what's going on for the 60th at Disneyland. Appreciate you guys following this. Tell your friends. If you have any questions or any comments, please post them below. You can reach out to me on my Facebook page. And, always good hanging out. So until next time, we'll see you.